like it was a lot of times like I had to be in the car. Like it was like I went like a cool 2 weeks in the car, cracking hard as a bitch.
Just sleeping in the car?
Yeah, sleeping. But I was like probably not sleeping. I was just like catching penny heads in the car. Like I used to be doing like sometimes I spend like when I first started I was probably spend like 500 and then keep making 516 a G every day and shit like that. And then like spending 6 G's, spending all my like I probably had 6 G's to my name. And I spent all that shit like a dummy and then be making it back. Like I make my shit back, but like that's crazy to spend your whole 6 G's and then have to make your shit back. Like if you don't got enough income to the point your shit come right back, then it's just like fucked up. And then that's like high risk when you spend all your money to make your shit back, especially like if you don't really got shit.
Do you remember what you spent that 6 G's on?
Yeah, it was like some yeah. And then that ain't the most I spent. Like I spent like 14,000 on that shit before and then got finessed. Like 14,000, like I lost everything.
Is that a story you can go into detail on?
Yeah, like it was the drought and shit like that. And then
wasn't there a sketchy white guy in this story?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember the story. Okay, keep going.
It was a drought and shit. And then it was like shit went up high as a bitch. A motherfucker paying $1,800 for a zap or $1,500 for a zap. So it was like I had to I was finna buy 9 zaps and then I come bring the money out to him and shit. Like he rushing me and shit. I bring the money out to him.
Where did you meet? Like a back parking lot, a house?
It was like yeah. And then I come out, give him the money. I wrap the money up and shit, and he give me the shit. And I just open it, and it's like 2 fucking soap bars. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it was like I was supposed to get that was 14,000. Like I was supposed to get. I thought he had me some other shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I could never contact him again. And then I lost everything. Like I made all that money fast as a bitch. Though I made that money within like a month. So I mean, not even a month. Like within like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or some shit like that. So it was like I ain't really even get no fuck because it's like motherfucker couldn't even like that shit really don't take you like but I ain't give up on that shit or none of that shit. But it's just like doing that shit, it's like you fuck around and still end up with nothing. I don't want to say that you do, but it's like that's how it was going with me. Like,
so do you feel like kind of that was like a crash course? It was like street economics 101, but that has helped you in your rap career because you've become an entrepreneur in just a different way now?
Yeah, you're gonna take losses and shit. It's always losses shit. I took a bigger loss than that eventually, like again and shit. But like it make you learn shit. So it's like you're gonna keep taking losses. Especially with that shit, it's like it's a high, you know what I'm saying? You high as a bitch at risk. You high risk with that shit. But I wouldn't just stick to doing that because you risk way more. You risk your life, your freedom, you risk everything like too much. Risk that shit too.
What does your mother think about this chapter of your life? Was she always worried about you? Did she have any idea what was going on? Because I can't imagine, like, if my kid was doing that, I would just find a way to not get him to do that anymore.
She was, she definitely was worried about me. But one day I got robbed, and she bought me a 7. She got me right back on deck.
So then you could start.
Yeah, she got me right back on deck, and I was only like...
So she's down for the team.
I was like 17, 16.
Mama Trapper is down for the
got
team.
Me, yeah, she had got me right together with the 7. And then my baby mama, I got robbed. She didn't give me on deck like 100 of my phones was dumping like doing a G a day. But I ain't asked her or beg or nothing. But I was just like, damn, if I really needed something, it would have been fucked up.
Do you think if you would have offered to lick her booty, she'd have given you more money? Your baby mom?
No, at that point, hell no.
So one thing that I'm curious to know more about from you guys' perspective is I had a guy DM me a Milwaukee influencer page that's doing good work, but he was offering me if I wanted to wear a sweatshirt. On the sweatshirt it said, trust no one. And to me, I said, man, I think the design is cool, but that's the opposite about how I think. Mm-hmm. And like that mentality, I think, is a kind of a cancerous mentality to have because eventually, like, for instance, what I do, there is no what I do without the team behind it. And so if I can't trust people, I can't really do anything. What do you guys think about that mentality? Because I feel like it's very popular in rap music right now. Is like, I don't trust nobody. And that to me is a very scary mentality to build off of. What do you guys think about that?